Hey folks, it is wine club time. I cannot believe it is 2026 and it feels like we just put those white wines to bed for 2025 harvest, and literally we did. So we've just been bottling some of the 2025s and I've got some stellar wines for you guys this wine club. If you're in our suite, I'm going from light to heavy, but if you're in our suite club, you're looking at a brand new sweet Sauvignon Blanc. So this is a Sauvignon Blanc grown alongside the McCallum River by McKinsey Vineyards. And it is dynamic, very pretty aromatics, lots of nice stone fruit on it, and just a touch of sweetness. So if you're thinking in the sweet profile, think about more like the Blue Bonnet, where you're getting that perfect balance of acid, a little bit of sweet just to balance out the palate. So drinkable, so gorgeous. That's been stellar wine, about 36 cases of it made tiny. We also have a brand new one. So we no longer have orange muscat in our lineup. Our vineyard, again, another one, it's our thing, they get bulldozed. And so our orange muscat from the Harris Vineyard, last vintage we had was the last vintage it existed. And so we switched over to Muscat Canelli. And I gotta tell you, I kind of like the Muscat Canelli more. The aromatics are quite a bit deeper, more aromatic on the top nose. It's so pretty. You guys are gonna fall in love with this, and I think you're gonna end up where I am, where this is actually a favorite wine of mine. Next one we've got, and this goes into the dry category. If you guys select a dry white wine with your wine club, this is our new Albarino in a very tiny production. And those of you with some keen eyes will notice this is a new packaging change for us. So all of our dry wines are now going to go into our Frolic and Folly label. So if it's a dry white wine, it's going to have this beautiful, colorful label on there, matching the artwork on the outside of our building, and a cool little Jeremy Wineco neck label around the top of it. This is our Albarino, first release in the series. We've got a ton of cool stuff coming up in this set. Albarino is stellar. A couple of our staff mentioned it's almost similar to Sauvignon Blanc. You're getting some of those deep, white grapefruit, pretty aromatics on the top nose, texturally snappy, crisp on the palate, absolutely delicious wine. That one's selecting some dry whites. You'll find that one in your set. Again, okay, you guys are gonna see some more packaging changes happening here. These are our next wine club wines, and this is Barbera. That was in kind of a reddish rust label previously. One of the complaints I've always had on the wines is that you can't delineate them. It's very tough to tell what you've got in there. We've switched over to this beautiful little neck label on the top of them, and that gives you a match to the badge label on the side, and that way you know what you got in your shelf. When you're pulling it out of your wine cabinet, you can see that little neck sitting out there. I think it's a really cool thing, and I love what it does on the packaging itself. This is our Barbera from the Noma Vineyard. It's a 2023 and stellar. 2023 was a little bit lighter than our previous vintages. The weather just didn't cooperate with us the way. We didn't get those high sugars, and so we're looking at a wine that's got a little bit lower alcohol, but it's so perfectly balanced and beautiful. Texturally, close to maybe our 2011, if you can think way back there. Very pretty red fruit aromatics on the top nose. Plenty of texture and palate, pretty tannins there, and a beautiful little baseline oak. It's just a gorgeous wine. Different but beautiful. So our Cabernet Franc, this is also from the Harris Vineyard, and this is also one of the last vintages coming out of there. That's a 2023. Beautiful bottle of wine. You know the aromatics on our Cab Franc, and it is gorgeous. Also, you'll see that new packaging in there. Beautiful bottle of wine. Our Petite Syrah, this is 2022 from the Noma Vineyard. Everybody that loves Petite Syrah, big texture, big color, big aromatics, and this one delivers. The aromatics are so pretty on the top nose. The texture of the tannins are absolutely subtle, silky, soft, and just big sultry wine. You're gonna absolutely love drinking that. That's our Petite Syrah 2022. And then finally, we're wrapping it up with, my favorite in the lineup, the Gentleman. Look at that packaging too, so cool. This has our new badge, our neck label on it. Gentlemen, this version is actually going way back to our beginnings of it, where we did an even blend of Nebbiolo, Sangiovese, and Barbera, but we threw in one little outlier in there, and that's Alicante Boucher, and that just kind of rounded out, plushed up the palate on it, and this is one of our most stellar. I am very excited that you guys get to drink these wines. This is our lineup coming up here for the, February 2026. All right, looking forward to seeing you in the tasting room.